Okay, my battery ran out, so I had to recharge it. Anyway, I chained 4, and I'm just doing, well actually I chained 5 because I used the extra one. But I'm just doing a normal, just straight back and forth. And this bit is just going to end up tucked underneath the back side of the hat. Whichever back side you want. So it's going to end up kind of like this. So you can make that, you know, if you want to make it really neat, you can. If you want to make it slightly sloppy and be quick, that's fine too. So as you can see, there's still a little bit of room on either side next to the rivets, and that's going to be because we're going to do a single crochet around it, just to make it a little bit neater. And so we're just going to basically make this as long as we need it to go all the way over and to the front and give it a nose, for however much of a nose you want. This isn't going to be for very big, so I don't need to make it a very big nose. You know, if it's an adult size, you're probably going to want it to come down to wherever your nose is, to like the tip of your nose or somebody else's. You know, just say that's someone's nose, make down to there. Here's the hat, and we would make be like that. Anyway, so yeah, just keep going until you get to the length that you want it, and I'll be back in a little bit to show you some more. Okay, now that I've gotten my whole thing done, I'm going to show you how it fits on the hat. So here's going to be the nose part, and it's going to be, I don't know, about that long, I think. And this part here is going to tuck. This is going to tuck under, so it makes it just a little bit neater. It's going to be sewn straight through. Not crooked, hopefully. And it's all the way over to have the nose part. Might be easier if I show you on something. So we'll just tuck that in there. Alright. There we go. So this is going to tuck under. Let me sew that on. And then it's going to go right over, sewn on, and have our nose guard here. So now we're going to do a single crochet around, and I'm going to have to restart it to get it to refocus because my camera doesn't like to do its own. Okay, so start this. Okay, now I have it on macro, so you can see. I'm just going to start around doing double crochet, or single crochet, in the sides. And so here I am where I would normally chain and turn. I'm going to go in to the side. And I'll probably do that a couple times, like 2 or 3. 1, 2, and I think they're safe to go. 2, So now we're just going to do a single crochet, or if you want you can do a half double or a double depending on the size of your hat. Mine's pretty small. I'm just going to do a single crochet all the way around the side. So just all the way through, all the way along. It kind of neatens it up. So if you want it a little bit wider, you could do, you know, a half double for this size. I wouldn't do a full double. And that will give it, you know, just a little. The other hat I made, I did half, about halfway I did just single. And then when I got to the other, or about the nose area, I did a half double. So it kind of gave it a nicer roundy look, but I think this should be fine. So we're just gonna do, I'm just gonna do, you know, single all the way around. I think single should be enough anyway. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I think so. So just single all the way around. And when you get to the corners, you're just going to do like you did before and put like three or four into the corner so that you get a nice curve. And, or you could do, you know, the half double or the double. I wouldn't really suggest the double personally, but it's your project and you might like it better that way. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll see you when we get to that, about right here or something. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, now we're about back to the end here. I've just been doing single crochet all the way around, and almost done. So I'm just gonna finish going around. Oops, sorry. Doing single crochet through the sides. And you can just basically, you know, put your hook through any old hole that you find. And corner. One, two, I think three, definitely. Three. I think it's a nice curve. And I'm gonna finish off here. By just doing a slip stitch into this one here, I think. And for this, we want a really long tail. Or you can do a short tail and sew it in, but I find that it's easier to have a super long tail for this because we're going to use the tail to sew it onto the hat. So, make sure you have a really, really long one. Long enough that you think you can sew it on. And I think that's probably more than plenty. And so now we decide which side we want to use for our front. You're really going to see more for the nose. And this side looks pretty good. this side looks pretty good. So, okay, my memory card was full again. So anyway, gonna pick out which side you like the best. This side is nice and neat and curves well, while this side is wonky and looks like hell. So probably this is the side I'm gonna tuck under. Yeah, because that doesn't look very well. I was a little bit lazy when I was working through the chain and I didn't go through the back loop, and so it didn't turn out pretty. This is what happens when you're lazy. Not pretty. Luckily, I just hide that and tuck it under. So for the hat, I find it is a little bit easier to work on if you have some sort of a form. I'm not going to use this because it's not stiff enough, but for like a head form or something when you're sewing stuff on. But that's a personal preference. Whatever's easiest and best for you to sew something on, that's what you should do, obviously. So I'm going to tuck this end in and go down through the middle. Maybe tuck it in quite a bit more than that. So I'm going to tuck that end in a lot. I think my strip got carried away with me. So anyway, I'm going to tuck it in so that it has a nice nose guard, the amount that you want. And I have my really super long tail here. And this is what I'm going to use to sew it on with. Probably just run it up the side and then start sewing it on. You might, depending on the size, want to tack it down first with some pins so it doesn't move around too much for you. But you know, because it can slide around while you're moving and you don't want it to end up like this or all crooked while you're working on it. So tacking it down while you're doing it would probably be a good idea. Make sure it's nice and in the middle here. And you have your nose